Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the theme song hit the floor. They've changed the damn fucking theme song. How do you go?
Don't question my heart. Still standing here.
I mean, I like Saliva, but this song is like...
It's like... It sums up the late 2000s rather than...
It sounds more like a fucking Nickelback fucking song than a... No, it just sounds more like soft rock than metal to me. Like, I mean, I think Always would have been a good theme song for ECW.
Shitford show.
No?
Aye, maybe like... Aye, but we have to review it. It is the 21st.
Look at this photograph of Steven Richards and Kevin Ford. Every time I look at it, I want to cry.
Doesn't make me laugh.
Anyway, right, new theme song, Saliva, Don't Question My Heart.
How did ECW get so fucked up?
I'm questioning the change of theme song, but yeah, as what it is.
You wouldn't think it's Saliva.
I know, it's like it's like a really bad Saliva song, like, fuck me. I mean, what happened to Click, Click, Boom, or Superstar, Always, or... No, mate.
Survival of the Sixth.
I know, I mean... Yeah, that would have been I just don't... I think Saliva's got so many more songs.
Batista's?
Oh, what? Even Ladies and Gentlemen, like... You know, I don't think it really suits a show, but... Stood at WrestleMania, I thought, like...
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening.
I think it stood at WrestleMania 23, but it didn't suit ECW, if you know. Anyway,
Honestly.
right... Anyway, right, let's move on. Like, some songs, I think, like, Papa Roach, is it Raw?
Yeah, no, right, let's go.
It's not the Papa
Tommy
Roach
Dream.
theme.
It is.
And, what? That's not the Papa Roach theme?
I just fucking did it.
Go do it again.
I don't want to do it again. Right, it's Tommy Dreamer.
This guy's done.
Right, Tommy Dreamer versus Big Daddy V, right? And Tommy Dreamer is Tommy Pancake because he fucking gets squished.
My name is Armando Ejano Estrada. So basically, it's like they get rid of the theme song that everybody likes, so therefore they need to give us an Extreme Rules match to try and make up for it. And, you know, Tommy Dreamer takes a couple of bumps, then Big Daddy V hits a Samoan drop through the table, gets the pin. Tommy Dreamer's face looked like he'd just lost £5 million or something.
See, to be fair though, right? See, you let the bodies hit the floor. See, around this time, in terms of wrestling and YouTube, it was the most over fucking played song you'll ever hear.
Yeah, like, I remember...
So I have actually no problem with them changing.
I remember, like, see if I clicked on pay-per-view highlights, and it was let the body... I'd click off it.
It's like the Rickroll of fucking...
Because I just heard it that many times, like, so... Overused. Underrated. Who's that kid? The big LG. Luke. Gallows.
Yeah, like, if it ain't ECW, I don't like let the bodies hit the floor.
Aye, right, pretty much. Right.
Anyway,
Anyway,
really used it at SummerSlam 2001.
yeah. Anyway, right, Big Daddy V beats Tommy Dreamer. Then we get a special look at Punk's journey to ECW, karate, jiu-jitsu.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Just ask Mickey Gall. I mean, all this bullshit. Then we get Coachman walking to McMahon to his office. He's in his office. He says to McMahon, I want you to meet your potential son. And he says that he knew about McMahon having sex with some woman in a New York, Manhattan toilets or something like this. And McMahon's like, how the hell did you know about that? And Coachman's like, that's not important. What is important is I think we found your son. And comes Balls Mahoney. And McMahon's like, this can't be my son. And he's like, yeah, Balls McMahon. And
I know this is an angle, right? But do you think McMahon has illegitimate children?
I'm fucking sure he does.
How many are we talking? Like,
I don't know, maybe he doesn't, like, but... Here's the big question. Are you telling me McMahon, up till 2022, let's say, was faithful to Linda?
well, no chance we know he wasn't for fucking facts.
Well, there you go. So there's a possibility that someone had his kid.
Fucking, there's
The genetic jackhammer. Anyway, Balls Mahoney comes in and McMahon's like, you can't be my son. He's like, yeah, I can. He's like, you got balls. And McMahon, no balls. And he's like, Balls McMahon.
No, yeah, right. Linda's pish, so as long as they've more like Vince and the other person's half over.
And then
great.
McMahon eventually snaps and goes, I've got no balls. And Mahoney laughs and leaves, and then Coachman's like, hey, Mr. McMahon, for what it's worth, I know you've got giant grapefruits. And McMahon's like, shut up. I mean, it was alright. Like, I thought it was pretty funny.
That was pretty funny. Aye, McMahon, they're being McMahon.
And then we move on to, is this the Balls Mahoney show? We move on to Balls Mahoney versus Elijah Burke, and after this was like just 6-7 minutes of Elijah Burke kicking Balls Mahoney's ass, I turned around and says, I think Balls Mahoney's winning this. For the simple fact is he got fucking Cyril
if
off.
the match goes past a certain length and the other guy hasn't won, then the other guy has to win.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. And he wins with a roll-up.
So, yeah, I mean, classic Balls Mahoney, probably fucking only the second match I think he's ever won in ECW.
Taz, never been in the ring with him.
Thought that was an interesting fact. I kind of like how Taz and Joey just bury Balls Mahoney the entire time.
Wow.
But cleanliness and shit. Then we got a special look at John Morrison, you know, the Palace of Wisdom and all this stuff. Then we have a look at Triple H's return. We can rebuild him. He will be better than ever. I think it's like they're assembling the Terminator here.
Bow down to the...
Then we have Balls Mahoney coming down the hallway. He sees the Miz and he's like, hey, what's up, Kelly? And Miz is like, do you see my match and stuff like this? And Miz is like, yeah, well, you know, maybe I could be McMahon's son. Miz says that's the only reason Kelly would be interested in you. Balls Mahoney's not happy with this. Miz says to Kelly, well, tell him yourself. And before she does, Miz is like, nah, come on, we've got a main event match to go to.
See, at this point, why is Balls Mahoney not fucking killed this guy? He's an unstable meth head. Even the Miz just looking at Mahoney would probably have Mahoney just grab a steel chair and wrap it in his neck. Exactly.
So, anyway, they leave and like Mahones, Patrick Mahomes, and Balls Mahoney says to Kelly, he'll see her later, and she gives him a wee wink. So, aye, whatever that means. Then we get Joey Styles interviewing Kevin Thorne.
Oh, the best part of the show.
Again, it was like they fed. It's like this awkward moment where they feed Kevin Thorne enough lines to get him about 10 seconds into the promo. But what happens if Stevie Richards doesn't get to him?
He does a Tommy Dreamer for last week. He can't get there.
It takes like 37 seconds. How's Kevin Thorne supposed to fill that up that next 27
That'd be
seconds?
A brilliant rib, wouldn't it?
They leave him there for 5 minutes here, and they're like, right, Thorne, you go out and say this line. And then as soon as you say it, that's when Richards is going to come in and attack you.
Tumbleweed comes through.
It's supposed to last 10 seconds, and he's fucking on air. He's live for 5 minutes. Imagine that.
The most awkward thing.
Full show. It's just Kevin Thorne backstage cutting a promo. Fuck me. No breaks. Commercial free ECW. Anyway, right, I thought... See, when we were at the picture, it makes this segment seem a lot better than it was.
It was. You know, even when they started attacking each other, it was like a hissy fit attack, wasn't it? The punches were fucking shit.
And it took way too long for people to break them up.
Yeah, I was like, that was the red part.
And then Taz is like, hey, that happened 2 weeks ago. It's like, what? But then I've McMahon, this was really fucking funny and weird. When Coach was like, we've got one more person, he could be your son. His middle initial's got M in it. That M could be for McMahon. Then CM Punk comes in. McMahon's like, hey, Punk, you're great. You're a great wrestler, but you can't be my son.
Yeah, basically goes on to say that everyone he knows drinks, smokes, gambles, they ain't for that straight edge life. You're pathetic.
You're a boring bastard, Punk. You can't be my son.
It's funny though, because like, see the way they're talking here, it's like, obviously watching it now, you know all the history between them. It's kind of brilliant, isn't it? It's obviously at this point, it's like fresh.
Yep.
In the memory, but yeah, then Punk basically just goes on to bury him and mention like the whole scandal now that's blew up now, which just adds another layer to it.
But at this stage, like, from what we've seen on TV, it's like he's not been... It's basically just he's got a son into it, and Linda wants a divorce.
Aye.
But Punk brings into, like, you know, a scandal, you've been kicked out your house, and, like, your position's under threat and stuff like that. And it was like Punk was talking about the 2022 thing. And he says, you have fucking unprotected sex with skanks and ruin your family and get kicked out and, you know, become a joke on national TV. And he walks...
McMahon's sitting there nodding.
Yeah. And then he doesn't, like, catch on. It's like the fucking cartoon when, you know, after, like, 10 seconds, a donkey face will fucking appear on someone's... And then Coach missed to hold him back. But, I mean, I thought it was pretty good. Then we go to the main event, CM Punk and the Boogeyman versus The Miz and John Morrison. Is this the first time Miz and Morrison team up?
I believe it is.
Won't be the last. Pretty good match. Boogeyman started the match, spat some, warms it at Extreme Expose, then just stood in the apron for the next 10 minutes.
A good match apart from The Miz
Yeah, towards the end.
Then a shit bulldog, and then
Bulldog, he lands knees first, which doesn't really look great. Then he goes for like a springboard, not a springboard, what do you call it? Slingshot?
slingshot.
And his knees just don't work. It's like he tears both quads, Kevin Nash style. He just doesn't get any momentum up. Then he kind of like falls over and taps his head on the the fucking turnbuckle pad.
It's like when you're doing it with action figures and like their knees.
I don't go and you have to fix them yourself. And then
horrendous.
Yeah, and then Punk quick tag for Morrison. Punk doesn't see it. Punk hits the GTS. Morrison comes in, hits a weird kick to Punk's shoulder, and then hits his his corkscrew neck break. It's like, why not just... Punk was already bending over. Why not just hit the corkscrew?
I know.
That kick seemed a bit irrelevant. But anyway, Morrison wins, celebrates with the title. The Miz is laying there. Boogeyman's down on the outside. There's a bunch of worms crawling about the ring. And it kind of just sums up ECW. Fucking mess, really. But, I'm going
to get a 6. It was enjoyable.
I liked that. I thought it was a good show. Tell you what, right? I think 2007 ECW is better than I thought it was. You got a lot of McMahon. I did not. I thought McMahon turned... Seeing the entire ECW, I thought McMahon was maybe on it like 3 or 4 times.
I know, but
he's actually been on it quite a lot. Like, so...
Guarantee he's been on it more on SmackDown.
Yeah, actually never... I don't fucking think McMahon was... maybe it could prove me wrong, like, but... Yeah, and McMahon, he's not wearing the do-rag anymore. Things are looking good for Finney Mac. But overall, good show. Hopefully Tommy Dreamer's still alive. And that's it, guys. I'm giving it a 5. You're giving it a 6. So it's a 5.5 out of 10. No bad. Better than any show gets today. That's it. Till next time. Peace.